I don't want him gouging me before I go into
That'll
game
be rough.
5. Yeah, it's so rough. Hopefully that's not happening here to Invictus Gaming. Let's get into Champion Select. Aatrox, Akali, Varus off the board. Invictus Gaming removing the Rakana, Camille, and the Skarner. First pick TK.
In these Game 5 situations, usually Invictus Gaming would find Cassiopeia. They would try and nail down what is an enemy team going towards a Ryze consistently and try to counter it. This time around looks a little bit different. They pick up the Ryze themselves.
There it is, Ryze locked in, Ashe as well, first pick out from Invictus Gaming, splitting up that partnership. It's going to be back over to JD though. Do they want to deny anything? What are they trying to claim for themselves here? JD
love to look towards the jungle matchup. With how strong that Camille pick was, not going to be an option any longer. But Clid still has multitude of picks going forward. Graves had such a wonderful play earlier on in this series. I would expect Graves, Kindred possibly.
Olaf.
That's true. Not going to pick his jungle early on. Going into the second phase much like he did in Game 1.
Lots of options still available, just not Skarner and Camille. Gives a chance though for Invictus Gaming to look towards the champion pool once again though. It will be a Jhin for Loken. Everything up into this final game, and he chooses to go for the Jhin.
So remember this. Ashe being taken away from Loken, he still goes towards what is a utility AD carry. Sure, he's going to have great damage later on in the game, but the fact that he goes towards this gives you an idea what JD won as a composition. Great engage from the Scion, and Jhin means that Clid can actually go back to that carrying threshold that he had. If you're in a Game 5 situation, Lee Sin's been left up, Graves been left up, same with I don't know if he actually goes towards the Kindred. There's a lot of possibilities here, but either way, I do not see him going towards a tank.
Yeah. You just said something, though, that's rung in my ears, and it was the Lee Sin.
Yeah.
Lee Sin is open. They ban away the Gragas. Makes sense. They ban away the LeBlanc. Makes sense when you've got your Gao on the field. But Clid, the one big champion for him is always going to be Lee Sin. You look towards him and Flawless. It's like, what else have they got? It's always going to be the Blind Monk.
And the one opening that Lee Sin usually has is a Galio pick. So if you get a Galio picked up for yourself, then usually you would have the Lee Sin. So you can start off with the kick, send up the ultimate. That's what I'd love to see from JD. So I actually think this is a great opportunity to go for Lee Sin. That being said, with Olaf being hovered, that is a bad matchup for Lee Sin, but Clid has usually tried to evade that in the past.
Yeah, he can dance around it, but I do like the lock in here from Olaf, because it's like, all right, come at me. Pick up the Lee Sin, see what happens, punk. Make it happen. Ning, he gets this matchup for himself.
Great utility, great early game damage. Ashe, Braum, and the Olaf to run down the bottom lane. You're seeing it from the hover. JD know what they want to pick up for themselves. And I'm just wondering if the Galio is going to follow.
It would
Lock
make sense,
it in.
Right? Just bring it out. It's game 5.
Don't try and mess with me, buddy.
It's the semifinals. Go on, Clid. Get it in there.
There we go.
Locks it in. It's going to be Lee Sin to the jungle.
And of course, you want to buy some time, have a discussion about what your next pick is going to be. You have about an hour. I mean, no, a minute. A minute. Calm down. Raz,
not quite an hour.
You don't have an hour.
We'll back it up. Yeah.
Don't listen to me. But now Lumao is picking for Yagao.
Yeah.
This is a crucial question about what your composition is going to look like. If you go towards Galio, then you have a lot of melee champions in your composition. It's a risk, and you lose out in a lot of damage. They are thinking about that damage, locks in that Zoe.
Yeah, I felt like at the end there's either going to be Galio or Zoe. You know, you look towards Yagao, it's like, where'd your comfort picks at, and what would work for the composition? Zoe is slap bang in the middle of that Venn diagram. So lock it in there for JD. Now back over to Invictus Gaming. Final pick of the semifinals. What's it going to be? Probably not Volleybet.
Give me a top lane pickup for Al. You know what? I like the Ornn because it makes up for what is a bad Olaf late game. You have late game engage with him. This is going to be a run at your team fight composition coming out of Invictus Gaming.
And look at this. It's an Ornn for the Shy. They choose to keep the Shy in, not bring out Duke. We've typically seen Duke on more of those tanky champions versus the carry player, the Shy in the top lane. But he's the one manning the tank in this lane, going up against another tank in Zoom style.
And honestly, it's looking a lot like 2015 LGD between Acorn and Flame, where it's like, wait a minute, you guys were supposed to have defined positions and styles. But honestly, the Shy can go towards the tanks and has been having great teleports throughout the series. So it's all about consistency. Duke had that consistency, and if you saw the last game, the Shy's been struggling. So we're going to have to see if the Shy can bounce back. Why are you whipping your hair, buddy?
he was getting the shoulder up there from the coach.
That's
It's
true.
like he's getting ready, cracking those muscles, getting ready for this final match. And there we go. Coaches shaking hands for the last time.
And here we go. I mean, we're in Game 5. we're at a spot where both of these teams could make a name for themselves. Invictus Gaming want to shrug off one name, Chokers. They don't want to be known as Chokers, a team that's found themselves in a playoff run in the last split, failing. Last year when it came to Summer Fit, failing to WE in what was the Gauntlet run. They need to get that off of their shoulders. While JD are trying to make a name for themselves, not just as team players, but as individuals, Zoom has been such a damn good player during the regular season and had the same amount of confidence during the playoffs. It's about them making a name. It's about Invictus Gaming trying to say we're not actually Chokers. Yep. We can do it when it counts.
At every single landmark in Invictus Gaming's career, even up until what should have been the golden year for them, Jackalib's in the roster. This is the full 5. They come together, and this is meant to be the super team. And right now, it's crunch time. Game 5, the final game that they have to prove that they are the best. They will overtake RNG, and they will make their own dynasty.
And just to simply put, one game to find out if Invictus Gaming's going to Worlds or not. That's all you need. It comes down to this last game of the series.
We can see the compositions one more time as they head onto the Rift. These are the champions that could potentially take these players all the way through Worlds. Getting in here, will it happen? We're about to find out. It's a Blood Moon on the Rift. Give it to me, Beijing.
It's the loudest we've heard from the JingDong crowd, and there's a reason for it. Pushing Invictus Gaming to a Game 5. I mean, this is going to be insane.
If I'm in that audience and I came there as an IG supporter, I might be turning coat right now.
Yeah,
we're
maybe.
in Game 5, and Invictus Gaming never historically have been able to overcome this obstacle. And JD, they've been taking names throughout this playoffs. They topple a team like Edward Gaming, you're like, maybe they could do it to anybody. And especially someone like who's been showing cracks, like Invictus Gaming, coming down to the final game.
And so, one thing that I do like, usually you see them taking it back to a more passive play in Game 5. This time around, Olaf and Rise are the absolute opposite. Means that they want to actually look for a play earlier on. Ning starting on Raptors is going to be a clear path for him. You actually take Raptors, go red, take your full clear top side. He's going to be ahead of Lee Sin. And so Lee Sin, remember, a lot of people globally will be wondering, why is there a Lee Sin pick in my face? This is such a bad matchup. Sure, you got the level 6 kick, but what's the value of it? Clid, when he's bringing it out in not awful situations, it's been being able to impact mid lane and evade wards with his ward hop kick. So watch out for him. If I'm Invictus Gaming, you'd have to have put in the research in those ganks and actually place deeper wards around mid lane.
I actually love the draft coming in from both sides as we saw it come in one by one. It's like, Clid, you got him on that's Lee Sin, but it was read out by Invictus Gaming. Ning's going to have this Olaf. But Clid, you know him for the early aggression. You know, this is a pick. Lee Sin, we've seen it actually multiple times in the playoffs. If you get that early lead, then you can accelerate. But if you don't get that early lead, then you just become almost a useless pick for the team, and you start to decelerate, and the other team will take over.
And honestly, I'm surprised he would go towards and recognizing how good Invictus Gaming's been in terms of early game vision control. He's been trying for a lot of early game ganks, and he's actually been failing. His most successful one's just been in his counter ganks. So waiting for Ning has been his go-to. Might still be able to do that on the Lee Sin anyways, but might be as simple as that. No matter, they see Clid moving from bottom lane to top side. Doesn't matter if they see him as long as he can get the Scuttle Crabs early on and can help out what is a push for Yagao.
Clid just making sure that there's no Olaf in the river right here. Seeing if his blue buff is still there. Yes on both accounts. And he'll go towards this crab. It's going Olaf halving towards the top side. And he's going to see that Scry's bloom. So now both junglers know exactly where the other one is. Same thing for the rest of the team. But Ning may find access into the top side.
He's going to be looking for the Scry. So even though he popped the Scry, there's no eyes on where Clid was, but it should be pretty obvious now that it must have been whisked away. Now Clid's going to be able to get his full clear top side, which is actually really good. He's getting himself closer and closer to level 6, and now it just makes it so Ning has to just focus on his own clear, finish up his Krugs, and try and make it so his next base is going to be powerful enough, get boots, and try to be faster on the map. I think he has great pressure bottom lane, I already mentioned that. Baolan still has flash, so there's still an opening for a flash Q play on towards Lumao, but it has to be Lumao. And that's the problem with the play, is that you'd have to go on Tom Kench and be confident that you can kill him off that.
Yeah, lots of action already happening to the bottom side, but it's top lane, the Shy, putting the damage down onto Zoom, and Ning sneaking into this brush right here, these long lanes. Perfect opportunity, especially if Zoom is pushing up.
He's going in.
He's slowed down, Ning running out of the brush, but Zoom already on the way out. Takes an axe to the back of the head, and will be low on health, and have to play a little bit passive here. Probably let this mini wave come in, places down the wall, and it's like, yeah, I see you. Last 0.1 seconds.
Yeah, but the pressure's been there, laid down. Ning's able to give a clear push for the Shy in the top lane. It's a job well done. He would have expected that to be a clean kill top lane, but Zoom is actually playing very respectfully. Has been playing respectfully for the entire series, even when he was on the Quinn game. So no opportunities to get on top of him.
Bot lane starting to push forwards, loking them out, seeing if they can get access onto Baolan. Been quite well in this lane so far. About even in terms of farm for both of the AD carries, but controlling this wave now in a little bit of an awkward spot for Baolan and Jackalow.
I think Loken are going to, at some point, once they've waited for the next wave to come in, they're going to try and get a full push off. Then they can have 2 waves combined and try and push out Baolan and Jackalow, who are actually very low. So you can see where Ning is currently. That's because he's trying to fend off a possible dive. It would make a lot of sense for Ning to look for it. Here comes a teleport.
Yeah, Luma's going to sit on top of this one, but it was a bait because Ning's coming in from the side, flashing after them in the bottom lane. This long lane, so much room to run through, and Lumao getting chased down. Last auto attack, and there it is. First blood to Jackalow.
That was the play. Ning comes through, and it was just the teleport really making it known. So much utility in the lane to just make it worth it. Slow to oblivion. There's no way Lumao is getting out of there.
There we go, starting off strong Invictus Gaming. I mean, there definitely are cracks, but you can't see them so far. I like it coming out of Ning. I wanted to see him go into these side lanes, into these long lanes, and chase people down. And Lumao, he saw this teleport coming in. Yeah. He just saw an opportunity at some damage.
A Predator gank. Used Predator once he was right in sight. So he was going to be able to get right on top of Lumao. So really well played. And there's no way they're going to get the second kill, so they just back off immediately. Kill on towards Jackalow.
Feels bad because Clid was there in the area, just wasn't fast enough to catch up in time. It just happened too quickly in the bottom side of the map. And now, that kill into the bottom lane, Jackalow accelerating his build.
And honestly, this is when you look towards the bottom lane and you have to put in calculations both of them having teleport. Because at first, I was like, Clid has an opportunity to look for a dive. That's why they were actually playing really forward. Loken and Lumao were trying to push in, recognizing that Jackalow was going to be under tower, but didn't know that he was back in base and teleporting. That was a major difference and allowed them to actually get an opening for that dive.
Drain out the rest of the wards here as well. And what is Clid doing right now at this point in the game? Yes, he's been farming very well through the jungle, but we're looking towards a Lee Sin pick to really be getting ahead, to snowballing either himself all these lanes, especially when we haven't even spoken about the mid lane yet. You've got Yagao and Rookie going toe-to-toe in this matchup, and it's been an arduous set for Yagao into Rookie. He's definitely taken some names. I remember the Rise game into Orianna, got to snipe onto him in a critical team fight. Important stuff for Yagao. He's still playing up and walking up to the plate when he needs to. But in general, Rookie has just been giving it to him. Yeah,
Rookie's been having a good series thus far, and we're going to have to see Clid come out into the mid lane. Has his ultimate available. Getting up out of there. But remember, Lee Sin now having 6, he was farming up to that point. Mid lane is going to be the lane to look for. Unless if there's an opportunity for him to go bottom lane for Jackalow, he has his flash available, so Jackalow shouldn't be falling victim to that. And sure, you could say the same for Rookie, but as long as Yagao can actually get the Sleepy Trouble Bubble, that's a clear opportunity for a gank. That's why we've been seeing some Malzahar Lee Sin plays, because hold you down, and then he can get the kick across, that's an execute. But coming in here for Lee Sin Zoe, it's a lot of ownership on Zoe to try and be aggressive and land the skill shot.
Yeah, to get that set up there for the old Lee Sin. Definitely predicting a slightly slower early game. As I said that, yeah, Realm Warp play being set up in the bottom side. Clid is here, though, and Lumao pushing back up into this brush. It's going to be as soon as he steps away from that vision. Jackalow and Baolan already pushing forwards as the 4-man collapse into bottom lane, but now they see the Lee Sin, and he'll collapse right on towards him. He's dead, even before he can get back to his team.
Yeah, found the isolated player, and now they're just trying to pop him out. Take a look at Zoe who's coming in at a flank.
From the top side, I'm not sure if they can get this flank to fully happen onto 4 members, though. That's a lot of damage onto Ning. Throws up the trouble bubble and blocks up Baolan. He's going to have to jump through. Goes Drowsy, gets stunned. A Rookie guarding his support right now, and he will manage to make the escape.
Yeah, nice trap from Yagao. Make it harder for Baolan to get through, but they're all there as a team, all there as a unit. And it was just Clid who fell down, who was isolated. Nowhere near the rest of his team because he was away from the tower. He was just taking drugs at the time, so he didn't even expect the play to be happening and was the sole victim.
Another kill over to Invictus Gaming. So far, so good. Getting these ganks to happen. 2 kills now onto Jackalow. If you want to put the eggs in any basket, top lane didn't work out so well for Invictus Gaming. Rookie in these situations got to be feeling nervous. You know, there's a lot of history behind this one game for him. If you want the kills to be going anywhere, you probably want to go to JDG. Probably the most stout and stalwart player on the team, I would say, in terms of mentality from what I've seen in this last year.
Yeah, and a lot of his growth as a player has been in being able to rely on the players around, rely on Ning as a jungler, the Shy the top laner, a lot of new players that he's flanked with, and a new carry in JDG, because this is his rookie season as well. JDG, a rookie player, a lot of ownership is on him because Invictus Gaming has had poor AD carries in the past. Every year has been, you know, a new AD carry that hasn't been able to shine a light to the LPL AD carries. And JDG was supposed to be different. Hasn't been able to come onto the roster for some time because he was too young. This season was the first time we got to see him on an official LPL stage. And Spring Split was, he's nervous. Makes a lot of sense because he's new, and the ownership, the expectation is because he's flanked by such incredible players. That should be all changing here. He has the 2 kills. Majority of the gold right now is on his pockets in a Game 5 situation. Can he carry it? A lot of people look to Rookie, but I'm looking at JDG.
I mean, frankly, he's meant to be the final piece of the puzzle, right? And Invictus Gaming, if they fall here, there are no more excuses. There is no, we're still waiting for our full roster to be complete. We're still waiting for X. We're still waiting for Y. It's meant to be now. Everyone's talking about RNG. They're the team who have been right at the front, at the spearhead of the LPL, but it was meant to be Invictus Gaming. Top lane, the Shy setting up onto the Sion. We've seen the opportunity right here, but he's doing a lot of damage tank to tank as Clid is bringing up the rear, throws up the Q, making himself known. Yeah,
double passive on top of Zoom's head. At least they know now that Clid is top lane because he thought he could try and alleviate some pressure for the Shy. The Shy now saying, okay, I don't need Ning here. Ning can do his own thing. Now helping out the mid lane, knowing that the Clid is actually just secured in the top lane.
Into the mid lane, you go, just trying to return fire. Managed to land it onto Rookie. That's the power of the Zoe as you get towards, and the laning phase towards that mid game, towards that first item power spike. The amount of damage that will come out of Zoe is honestly monstrous.
Yeah, but she has to start working fast right now. Rookie is doing his job in constantly pushing out this lane. You already see Lumao and Loken not under tower because that is a bad place to be. There is so much control here for Invictus Gaming. A Rookie.
He's been called out. The flash kick is good. Follows it with the execute, so Rookie doesn't have a chance.
Excellent play, honestly, from Clid. Even had Loken coming up. So this is a pure control here from LGD that are now focused on the mid lane.
Moving into the mid lane with 4 players. Here comes the teleport down into the mid lane. Ning there with the defense, trying to clear out this mini wave with those axes, and it's only a support right now. Toss out the Deadly Flourish, and Loken gets an extra bit of damage. Not going to be the tower here, but JD striking hard, but striking back. Top lane, Zoom low on mana, low on health, but the Shy doesn't have anything in the tank either. And in comes Lumao, and in comes Loken, trying to get back towards the tower. He already used the flash in the last play, and Lumao, he's about to get breakfast. It's going to be another kill, yeah. Cancel that one, friend. It's going to be another kill to JD.
They're just getting swept up by the pressure that JD had, and Invictus Gaming's bottom lane was doing so well. Mid lane was actually feeling very confident, and they were trying to look to pincer into the red side jungle. Didn't catch out that Clid was looking so cleanly on the kill on towards Rookie, and then they've just been moving ever since.
Moving on to the Herald as well here, and the early game looked fantastic from IG. They had the gold lead. In fact, they still have the gold lead. Managed to get the ganks into the bot side, but JD, play after play after play, mid lane to top lane, over to Herald. They are regaining control of this game.
Yeah, that was a complete overhead punch. You know, Pacquiao could have 8 rounds, but the 9th round matters if you just get completely knocked out. And that's what happened here. JDG just found that one window on top of Rookie and now have Rift Herald. Invictus Gaming now have to play to the tunes of JDG for the next few minutes, and that's what's threatening.
Yeah, it's not over until it's a knockout. And finally, as Lee Sin is getting onto the board, making these plays happen. The flash kick, fantastic into the mid lane. Kick just comes back up now for Clid, going off cooldown. Now he's back out onto the map. Picked up Boots 2. Also has the Stalkers into Warriors Entrance, so he's still looking to try and nuke down these squishy targets. Leafy Trouble Bubble, going to send him back. Going to take a nap next to the tower.
Remember, Rookie, he's not the type to go teleport rise. If he's up against Zoe, he will, or just any CC, honestly, he just takes cleanse. Probably the most out of any mid laner in the LPL. He loves himself to cleanse because he values the laning phase, and anything that can disrupt that is a threat. That being said, Yagal's been landing a lot of these, so not going to be following through.
Full shot.
But just going to let you know that I'm going to do it again.
Yeah, it's just the warning shot right there. It's like, I can put you to sleep. If this bubble hits, and if this panel star hits, it's going to hurt a lot. Especially in this early game. Only picked up the Cinderhawk so far. Top lane though, JDG able to pick up this tower. It will be the second one in from Invictus Gaming. That's made a difference maker between these two teams at the moment.
Yeah, the good news is JDG's been getting a lot of gold. Solo gold, bottom lane, full experience of that too, since Baolan's actually been protecting the mid lane, and then gets the solo goal top lane, 300 out of all of that. So he's doing really well for himself. Yagao.
Oh yeah, gives him the super soaker, but that's a real flash coming in from Yagao right there, follows it with the deadly flourish. But Olaf, he never got a pool party skin. He doesn't want any of that water flying towards his face. Zoom getting chased down here, and Rookie trying to get the extra auto attacks in on top of the concussive blows. No one's going to die in the end, no casualties.
Invictus Gaming are starting to recognize that whenever you see one member, maybe two members of JDG, should expect that all 5 members are going to be in that same location. So they bring in the same amount of friends, and they feel rather safe about that. All eyes were on their pick on towards Ning, but he gets out scot-free.
It's still safe here. It still feels good for Invictus Gaming. You've got 2 towers, you've got the Dragon, you're sieging out mid lane at the same time. We've got to be aware of these engages coming out from JD. That's what burnt them in those 2 kills in response. But again, Rookie gets his blue buff. Real nice for this rise. Doesn't get contested out from JD.
Most crucial part about this game, though, is this mid lane outer turret. Looks ripe for the picking for Invictus Gaming, but there are actually great teleport wards here. Oh, even going to be sending out Senior Rift Herald.
Okay. Setting up on the side. Yagao's sieging away with the Zoe. It's perfect
That's a big
stuff.
wave.
And Jacklev, who else is here? Got 3 members around the area, but Chev's going to get the charge off. This tower's done.
All right. It's not going to go towards the next tower, but that's still very crucial. And what was, oh my goodness, very close.
Because they are sticking by this Rip Herald right now, walking it to the tower. At the very least, going to get the charge off.
That was very dicey. Now, Orin only shows himself now, but had he shown himself a little bit earlier in the top lane, JDG would have just stood their ground mid lane, knowing that the Shy actually was nowhere nearby. Their only real tank player.
We were just talking about how important the outer turret is. Dead now for Invictus Gaming. Gone out of there. Immediate play from JD.
And that opens up a lot for JD, because you know that Invictus Gaming are going to regroup and try and take that outer turret. That's the only one that's available, is that mid lane turret. Now, taking down the mid lane turret yourself means that, hey, you can actually push in, put a little bit more flank wards, and try to make a play. Zoom has his teleport, has been holding on to it quite firmly, and so if Invictus Gaming try to push a little bit more without having cleared out the control wards behind them, that is a clear mark for a play for JDG.
Well, back to normality just for a bit. Going to have Zoom off to the side lane. Rookie's the one to meet him, though, actually. No Dragon for a good little while, and the teleport's over to the Shy, so probably Lane and Sam's going to be swapped in just a little bit. But we're back to Araming in the middle lane. Someone's going to have to respond to this one from Invictus Gaming. And we're not really in position with JD. Tell them going on to the second back turret. Invictus Gaming just find access right into the mid lane. Yeah,
they've conceded it. That being said, pick onto Zoom.
Yeah, Q's onto Jackalev though, so both of them with guns pointed at each other's heads. Here comes the Ornhorn. Knocks up Tam Kent, just an annoyance more than anything else. And uh-oh, Brom's drowsy, and in comes the train out from Zoom, right on towards the backline. But the re-engage is big from the Shy. Chase back, Lid, trying to get away from this one from the Ford God. And Yagao, he just snipes out Baolan, and here's the turnaround. Get out of there, the Shy.
I mean, the Shy challenges him, but he's got to get out of here real quick.
He's locked in place, and in comes the curtain call. Invictus Gaming struggling to help. Rookie off to the side, trying to put someone to sleep, but the shots go wide. But he's caught out from the decimating smash.
The push
comes in from the cleared, but he's not going to go down. There he goes. The Ornn is dead.
This is a long lane to work with, and JD are starting to take control. They're going for Rookie. Run, Rookie.
Needs to get out there on the round walk, dodges out of the sleepy trouble bubble, but there to meet him, Lumao and Yagao on the wrong side of the wall.
Look, IG still has the gold lead, but it's actually just fizzling quickly. They've been losing fight after fight, and the gold is all onto Jackie's pockets because they're just trying to go for the towers. This was another opportunity going for the mid lane tower, but just take a look at this. This was just Invictus Gaming using all their CC randomly because they ain't going to get the kill onto Zoom, but they get the pick onto Baolan. In fact, twice. Baolan not only takes it here, but then when they're trying to re-engage here, just take a look at Yagao, setting up for another Q. Right here, in between 2 people to find that field goal. And that was just such a sick kick from Klitsch. Sure, nothing came out of it, but I still love it. And they can still have a lot of time to work here. They have a lot of CC following up off of Loken, and they're going to be able to nail down the shot.
And he still managed to pick up. A lot of those shots went wide, but it just stopped Invictus Gaming from helping him. You can't step into the line of fire. You have multiple squishy members. No one wants to get in front of the tank to try and save him. It's meant to be the tank's job. He gets caught out right there. Kid locks him down, finishes him off. Into the top lane, yeah, it's going to be wiping out the minion wave primarily, but now he's in the middle of 3 targets. Here comes Ning, but will he be in time? As he rocks up to the play, and the Shy, very tanky, but he's about to become dinner food here for Lumao. It's going to be a kill over to Zoom. Chasing now onto the Olaf, but he's not that fast. He pops the Ragnarok. They're just waiting. Ning, yeah, force that flash.
Invictus Gaming are playing some ghetto cat and mouse. What's happening here? I mean, they're trying to get the other side of the map working for them, but they're sacrificing a lot on the top side.
Maybe too much, to be honest. A kill and the tower. Bot lane. Can they get this one in return, though? Rookie should be able to finish this off. Here comes Gal.
He should be able to get it. He has his ult. No, he doesn't have it as ultimate, actually.
He's just got to sprint, yeah. Do the 100-meter. JD will get a tower onto the top side, though, and starting to get objectives for themselves. That's been the difference here.
Oh.
Zoom getting caught in the mid lane. We'll find a decimating smash, and that's a big kick coming in from Clip, but where's the rest of the team? Lumao with the backup. Zoom's already dead, but he can turn this one around. The Shy over the wall. Baolan backing off to the tower, and Ning does not want any part of this. Jackulo trying to kite away, and Sion will go down for the second time. Clid saved out by Lumao. He blasted away, but massive knockup coming in from the Shy. Ning following after, and Lumao will be the sacrificial catfish for the rest of the time. Oh, Rookie from the side. He'll get Lokin, and now Clid sprinting away, but the rest of the team is dead. And Baron spawning.
He's tracking them down. There's too much happening right now.
Your gal's trying to get out of there. So is Clid. They've stopped the chase.
But the purple worm is up and available. And if Invictus Gaming has got a few cells working together, should murk towards it. Because right now, 17 seconds death timer on Lokin, and Clid is getting the hell out of there. They're going to be able to take this mid lane inner tower, but they're in a really good spot in this game. Actually, great wave clear from Yagao.
Yagao jumps in, says hello. Here comes Sion, and he goes right past them. But the team isn't here yet. Here comes Lumao to back him up, and he's locked down Rookie. The Shy is the one on the backside, but he should be able to walk away from this one. That's the last auto that comes in. Great dash coming out from the Ornn.
Teleport, what kind of sick ARAM is this?
Re-engage coming out onto the Lee Sin. Clid kicks them away, get away from my Yagao, but Zoom on the wrong side of the team. Lumao with another save, and Ning is still falling after. Devastating smash comes out, but it cannot go anywhere. Zoom trying to turn around, but he's locked down as well from Rookie. Clid off to the side, see if he can find that Q onto a crucial target, but Balan brings up the door. No getting past this support. But it will be lots of that coming in. Last tower, last shot comes in. Jackulov jumps on towards, and Balan gets out safe.
Can we all just calm down for just a second?
More ARAM.
What the hell is this? Invictus Gaming double down on the inner tower. They're not going to get it because Zoe just says, that wave is mine. And then the teleports come through. Zoom just comes in for another suicidal play. We're going this far back? All right, I'm playing with you. So this all started, you just look towards how Rise is actually sectioning down Zoe. So none of them are actually part of the play. It's just Invictus Gaming kiting back the Sion. And so for the most part, they're actually feeling very confident. Even when Baolan goes down here, Jackulov is just free-firing into the play. And they play this one long enough for Rookie to come back into it. So Yagao has zero impact because Rookie says, you are not touching this fight while I'm here. I didn't even see this part.
Yeah, that was happening off screen. He just blasts Jackulov. Holy moly.
What the hell?
Yeah, so actually both mid laners met each other off screen right there, and Rookie got the best of him in that fight. So he gets access, he gets the inner track into the fight. But Invictus Gaming, I mean, it's chaotic, but it's allowed them to match them now in kills, firmly plant themselves in the gold lead, stay with control over the dragon, find themselves another one. So it's chaotic, but it works.
It's just insane because usually in this situation, if you see Chaos versus JDG and IG, JDG's coming out ahead. Snake versus IG, Snake's coming out ahead. A lot of these situations are poor situations for Invictus Gaming as a team to be in throughout the season. But they've hardened up, gotten much better at it, and they're now challenging these teams because they know that they have the mechanics, and they're doing well. They're coming out with the best out of it. Sion's dying a lot. His 2 deaths were just in that entire long play alone.
And it's also poetic for Invictus Gaming to be winning in this fashion, winning through the team fights, because this was never historically their strength whatsoever. Oh, yeah. It was meant to be laning phase. In fact, the game should be done right now if you're Invictus Gaming back in spring. It's not. It certainly is not. It's a long way from finish, but winning these fights means a lot for the team in terms of their development. He's on his way to the top side. Yeah, Rookie's already out of there.
The Observer can't even catch that. It's some like next level Dragon Ball Z bullshit. You get into a position where you see Krillin just sitting there. It's like, I actually can't follow a damn thing in this team fight. And so here we go. They're fighting once again.
Yeah, he should just pan all the way out, to be honest. We've got the arrow coming across. Lumao takes the Winter's Bite, and Baolan pushing forwards with the door up. It's awkward into this jungle, especially when hits come in like that from Yagao. Those paddle stars real hurting in this mid-game portion.
Yeah, that being said, oh my god,
I hear it.
Kidding me?
Where's it coming? Into the mid lane, and Jackulov is by himself. The rest of the team looking back him up, but Clid's there with a kick. right into the open arms of Zoom. He's down. Loken sets up onto the Shy. He's zoned away, but the Clid is down. Zoom, 1 versus 3 as he gets back to the team, but the Shy's got to stop him from making this happen. Zoom turned around with a decimating smash, another double knockup, and he's still not dead. He's still surviving, and here comes the rest of JD. Finally, he's down, but he can turn back around onto the rooted target.
Get out of there.
Battleland trying to eke away from the fight, but Rookie is dead.
The Shy better walk out right now, but Yagao is actually going straight for Battleland. These are split fights constantly. But if there was a... Oh, yeah, run. Oh,
the Scuttle was his only friend. The real homie coming out there blocks the shot. Get down, Mr. President. But Battleland, he will get taken out. The sparkles come true.
You can see it in the back. Honestly, I just need to see the fans. This game is crazy. Jackie Love, alone in the mid lane. I've seen this before. He gets picked out, and honestly, the Shy actually played that masterfully without no AD carry. He zoned out and chunked the hell out of Loken.
This is just, it's chaos. It's absolute unadulterated chaos in this final game. You see a lot of teams get to 25 minutes, maybe a kill or two. Nothing. We have 19 kills, Raz. These teams are just going at it continuously.
I have bad news. It's only going to get worse. So take a look at this. Jackie Love, they just zoned in on him. I wonder what part was it going to be bad news for him. In fact, Clid was just hunting for him, but this was a portion of the fight where the chunk came through onto Braum. You can start to really realize how much damage Yagao is dealing. Clid, what the hell? He had one person that he was looking towards. We're not even going to see the rest of it because we already know how it ended. Both Clid and Zoom went straight for Jackie Love as he went back into the mid lane.
I mean, he was on vision that entire time.
Yes.
Yeah, that play was a long time in the making. So it's like, I know where you are. I know where the rest of your team is. You're completely split up right now. But it's just JD. They managed to make these plays happen because they just make snap decisions. And they make fights happen from them.
It's just, you're never safe as long as there's a Tom Kench and a Scion eyeing you down. That's why Invictus Gaming should probably now just work around the river itself. If you're in lane, Zoom is trying to run you over. Lumao's actually in a pretty rough spot. I don't know about this one, dog.
Yeah, he's not on top of the control, but he should be all right with the rest of the team behind him. But
okay, where are you running to?
Opening up with the curtain call. Battleland's blocking this one with Ning as well, but in for the side. It's Zoom once again. Finds the knock-up into the damage. Deadly Flourish comes out, but in comes the Ragnarok, trying to turn this one behind. Or around here, Invictus Gaming. Arrow, it's onto the Scion, turning around once again. The Shy throws out the ultimate, and the tag survives. What a great bowling ball. And the Shy in once again. You can't deal with this guy, but the rest of the team doesn't have any health. He wants in, the rest of the team wants out.
Ning, no escape for you.
Oh, you're chasing him out. The auto attacks. I mean, that's just going to home in on you.
I mean, just take a look at the JDG back. They know how this game is clearing out. That was all on Clid. I don't know about this one, buddy.
Potential turnaround, but he's got the perfect timing right through the wickets.
Baron is up too. JDG knows what this means, and Invictus Gaming are trying to buy for time. 25 seconds on Ning. You can't buy that much time.
Caught out. Rookie coming in there. Throws out the drone.
It's all or never now. You gotta go.
Battleland pushing forwards with Jackie Love behind him, but there is no smite. JD, they both just want the fight right now. If they can find Purchase onto this team, they will lock him down and they will kill them. But Invictus Gaming, they've actually stopped them from taking the Baron.
Enough damage done onto Clid, but Clid right now is playing so damn well. That kick chunked Jackie Love's HP. He didn't get kicked, but someone fell into him. And so you're in a position where now the AD carry cannot walk up in these team fights. So the Shy's doing a lot of great work, just taking it up, starting a fight. Ning's doing the same, but JDG are just backing up. A lot of AoE landing on the face of Jackie Love and Rookie, and they just can't follow up.
It's just giving me flashbacks. Remember that famous game from Clid where he lands that kick in mid lane? And it's just like, all right, Clid, you've ascended to godhood. You can now be called one of the godly sins in the LPL.
You get a few of them.
You do.
It's risky to play. Ning is a Lee Sin player, but you have to be a stage Lee Sin player. You can't be a Lee Sin player in solo queue. You got to be like, I'm willing to play it on a big stage. In a game 5 for semifinals going into finals itself, Clid is willing to do it because he has confidence in his own mechanics and with good reason.
And he will perform. You know, you can be assured that he'll make it happen. Even doesn't get the kills in the early game, he'll still continue to do Lee Sin things as the game goes on. He'll find those kicks, he'll get the bowling balls into the squishy targets.
I'm just going to say it. I feel like he just outscaled the Olaf. At this point, Olaf's only benefit is running at people, and we saw how good it's doing them. At this point, JDG output so much DPS while kiting back that they're buying their time and the utility of Lee Sin is just paying off so much that JackeyLove cannot walk up in these team fights. They just need to find a clear-cut CC, a lockdown member. They've been hitting Zoom, but you know how tanky Zoom is. He's not going to be hurt. And that's where the real struggle's coming through.
What a game we find ourselves in, where we're saying Lee Sin has outscaled his opponent.
I just don't. It's usually the Lee Sin player, but yeah, he's definitely, his IQ is outscaled.
Yeah.
Nix.
I don't think there's been a single time where he hasn't just found success in these skirmishes or opened up a fight for JD. That's going to be the difference here, and they're playing with no reservations.
What you waiting for, man? What you trying to do? I just need to know. I need to go into the mind of Clid. I need to find out. Hop in and holler and over what he's thinking about.
Challenger play, you know, that's forbidden knowledge.
That's true.
You know? Everyone be quiet. They're waiting over the wall in absolute darkness right now. Here we go, opening up the curtain call. Zoom right down the middle lane. The Shy returning fire though, multi-man knockup and separates Zoom from the team. He will go down, but they do find the re-engage once again. No, they do not. They let the top laner die. Invictus Gaming get the pick.
They couldn't follow up. That's Clid up and available. He's their next and last CC point, but he ain't gonna touch this fight, but he's gonna have to soon. Invictus Gaming have their eyes towards the Baron.
Zumao's the one leading. The jungler's still here. Clid, he will be the person to try and find the steal. It's down to half, but the re-engage once again.
Oh no.
Low health bars from Invictus Gaming, dropping Battleland down to half.
Enchanted Crystal Arrow just got used, so I don't know. Their CC is just not there. They're going to have to be going for the 50-50.
Oh, I mean, the Shy's just spotted Yagao on the backside, and they are burning it so incredibly quickly. Clid over the wall, trying to get any type of vision right now.
He's got it in.
Over the wall, it comes in. It's going to be secure. Coming in for JackeyLove. Invictus Gaming get the Baron and get the kills.
50-50 in a game 5, and it's JackeyLove that picks it up. Invictus Gaming have only lost one Baron buff throughout the entire regular split. The season has not happened. No team has lost that. Like, it's insane. They just have so much confidence to be able to take the 50-50. When they do it, they come out ahead.
The fact that Invictus Gaming in this situation would go for a 50-50% play is insanity to me, but they make it happen. They make it happen in the execution. They push down the mid lane. They're looking towards the inhibitor. The three-man defense, trying to finish off from JackeyLove, but the re-engage again from Zoom comes out there, 1 versus 3, but already taking down his allies, and the front line has no one left. Invictus Gaming get 3.
That's it. I mean, it's Yagao still up, so you still have to challenge him, but Invictus Gaming are doing so well right now.
Recalls from players who have the teleport, but this might be the death stroke right here. Invictus Gaming, they are looking for it. Clid retreating behind the towers, but these are 30-second death timers, Raz.
Rookie doesn't have much HP. Enchanted Crystal Arrow is gone.
Launching the arrows on IG. They're onto the Nexus. They are doing it. They are rewriting the history books, and they will punch in their tickets to Nanjing.
Chokers no more, and people were looking at Rookie to see if he's going to cry this series. You know what? Guess what? He probably will, but that's because he got to the LPL finals the first time in his history.
These are tears of joy right now coming out of Invictus Gaming. And from the fans as well. This has been such a long time coming for this team, for this organization, and it looked like it was never going to happen. Pushed to a game 5, many people look at this and say they do not have the mentality left to go over this final hurdle. But yet here we stand, Raz.
They didn't have the momentum. It was these guys. JDG running the full gauntlet getting to the semifinals. And they pushed Invictus Gaming to the best of 5. So it was JD that, I mean, they better be the ones bowing after Invictus Gaming because that was a sick game.
They are the Devils. They are, at this point, I will call them the God Slayers. They've already toppled dynasties, and they were about to do it again. But Invictus Gaming, they take the bow. That means so much to them.
First LPL finals for Rookie. Invictus Gaming go to Worlds because of this. So much was on the line for this one game, and it was hectic. That was just team fight after team fight. You could just see Battleland. He ain't gonna leave that seat. Let's take a look at him.
I'm gonna take this one home. This is the seat that took me to the finals.
Take the seat, take the PC, it's lucky now.
If I could take the stadium, I would. Oh my God, Invictus Gaming. It just feels so good for anyone who's followed this team all this way. What a journey. And for the Shy to be here on the stage as well. The question was, are they going to bring Duke back in? Good old trusty Duke. Or bring out the Shy who should have been there in spring?
Brought him back. That's confidence. Haven't done that one before, and you know what? He paid it off on the Ornn pick, focusing so much on these team fights because that's what decided the game. It was him versus Zoom. It was a tough battle. We'll see a lot more of it next year, honestly. Yeah. But Invictus Gaming, they're going on.
Invictus Gaming, they go to the finals, they overcome their demons, and they're going to Worlds. They have at least a seed going over to them. The fact that they claim finals, we know that RNG will be going and IG will be going.
And I know it feels good to them, but you know what's going to feel better? That rematch, that run back, spring split, game 5. And they got that excuse of the Shine not being there, but now you have him. You're going to the finals in Nanjing, and you'll be able to take them head on.
With the full roster there, the puzzle is complete. The jigsaw puzzle is complete with all these players, and there we have it. We're going to send it over to the analyst desk to take a look at that incredible series and close out our day.
Invictus Gaming have finally done it, and what a fashion to have done so. It wasn't Lane Kingdom or, you know, we're going to play an intelligent macro game or we're going to show you a new style, something we've been working on in the back. It was brute force. Yep. The most LPL way imaginable.
It really stemmed a lot from the draft, I felt like, but Invictus Gaming, they hold back the tide of JD Gaming. JD, they were having a lot of difficulties. They look at the late game, they know they can't kill the front line from Invictus Gaming later on in the game. They don't have the sustained damage to do it, so they have to do it in the mid game. They have to find those picks and just single the targets out. They tried so hard, there were so many good executions on their side, but they did put themselves on the back foot from the start.
And it really feels like we got to see both of these teams show us something new under pressure. JD Gaming buckled under that pressure. They knew what their opportunities were. They tried to make the plays. They tried to make the fights, but they were unable to against the mechanical skill of Invictus Gaming, coming down to these coin flip fights time and time again. But Invictus Gaming crystallized. They found their center around Jackie Love, around Rookie finding the slow flanks, around the Shy landing knockup after knockup. There were so many times where the Shy would go, 4 members deep to land a knockup and would run back halfway across the map to try and escape, but he's just too damn tanky.
Yeah, you have to give it to Invictus Gaming. My biggest credit for them is that even though they lost a lot of these mid-game fights, JD Gaming were taking fight after fight. You could hear the play calls. Another one lost for Invictus Gaming. But the important thing was that they were continuing to scale and they weren't giving up multiple kills at the same time. Every time JD Gaming took a fight, it was maybe 1 or 2. There was no objective takes for JD Gaming at the same time. And if you took a look at the CS scores, it was 60 at one point for Jackie Love. It was 40 for Rookie. They were cleaning more of the side waves. They had more objectives throughout the game. So they're holding on to a steady path towards victory. However, JD Gaming gave them a hell of a fight. There were so many situations where it was complete execution outplay to just find those, find the sunlight.
Yeah.
And just
constantly just trading those fights over and over. And you could see how important that win was to the JD players. Clid looking particularly defeated in that loss. You could see the fans in the crowd time and again. Those were Zoom and Yagao supporters holding up the signs that were in tears at JD dropping that matchup against Invictus Gaming. Now, they're not done yet. They will go to the 3rd, 4th place match that's happening in 2 days on the 12th against Rogue Warriors. And then after that, they get to enter into the regional qualifier tournament based off of points. So things are not done for JD. Just because they can't take summer finals in what happens to be a miracle run for the team considering their performance in spring, doesn't mean this is the last we'll see of them.
So they are going to play the 3rd, 4th place match, but I don't think they can catch up over Rogue Warriors. Rogue Warriors should still have the point advantage over JD Gaming. Their road ahead is going to have to go through Rogue Warriors and then EDG, or maybe EDG and then Rogue Warriors, but it definitely will be those 2 teams.
But then that means Invictus Gaming advance to the LPL Grand Finals, September 15th. Against Royal Never Give Up. They get the chance to run it back.
Congratulations to Invictus Gaming. They've tried so hard in the regular split 2 times 18-1, best record for the LPL. And, you know, there was so many doubts piled in on them. Was their mentality able to do it? How was their preparation when they had a bit of a smaller coaching staff on the backside? They proved all of the doubters wrong. They proved the Shy is ready to go. And this was their best playoff performance that we've seen ever from them.
I'm trying to check my notes and check the head-to-head off the top of my head for IG versus RNG, because it's looking
really
like it's going to be such an intense matchup. This is the year. This is Rookie versus Uzi in the grand finals. Both of these teams are now confirmed to going to Worlds. They are our Worlds representatives, either off of taking first place or off points alone. So big congratulations to the two of them. But it is the year of the dog, and Rookie has historically had difficulty under pressure. We even saw it in this series. In that Game 5, it was only him stepping up and getting these flanks to support Jackie Love that was able to close out this matchup, whereas Uzi, he thrives under pressure. This is an Uzi that we've never seen before.
Yeah, so confident, willing to shot call throughout the entirety of the game. We heard the mic checks, and they're so different from 2017. 2018, Uzi is always talking. You can hear him going for the micros, the cooldowns on the enemy champions, and the synergy of that team. It's not only about Uzi anymore, which is scary about RNG. Every single position on their team were in our top 3 list of the LPL All-Star rosters, and we have to remember, even though both of these teams going to finals will be guaranteed to go to Worlds, a lot is still on the stake. Nobody wants to face KT. That's the general sentiment that I've heard in the LPL community. It's like KT are really, really good. Yeah. They don't want to face up against them. So there's still a very big prize for nagging that first seed.
I mean, we've still got the EDG potential for a rematch if they're able to run the regional qualifier to get that final seed and play whatever it's going to be. Let's take a look at the championship points so that we can update you as to how everything is shaking out. Royal Never Give Up and Invictus Gaming are our first 2 teams to have qualified for Worlds. They will be entering straight into the group stages. The remaining 3 teams fighting throughout the regional qualifiers will be Rogue Warriors, Edward Gaming, and JD Gaming.
So like we see right here, the big thing is that Rogue Warriors will be at the top of the regional qualifiers. They will have extra knowledge about the incoming matchups. They will see EDG and JD play before them, and unfortunately for JD Gaming, they will have to start from the bottom. Even though they took down EDG in this playoffs, they don't have the points from Spring.
They need to go back and do the exact same thing again. It was 3-1 in a very close matchup a few days ago, but now they need to show that they can continue this momentum forward. Whereas EDG, you can be assured that they did not take their loss in quarters and say, I guess we're done. We're going to sit back and wait until regional qualifiers. No, this is a team that is disciplined, that is going to practice. They know Worlds is on the line, and they're going to put up a hell of a fight. But Clement, this is... We're there. We're there. There are 4 teams left, 2 best-of-5s to finish off the summer season.
Yeah, and it's just been such a wild ride so far. This year, you have to remember, is the golden year of the LPL. Tournament after tournament, starting all the way back from MSI, Rift Rivals, Asian Games.
Of course, you're referring to Royal Never Give Up getting the golden year.
It was an LPL thing in entirety. Sure. You know, they represent the country and the region as well. Yeah. So, you know, it's a great era, and the biggest thing have been the developments in the teams themselves. The top laners have gotten much better. The macro games are on point. And honestly, if you looked at our series between RNG and Rogue Warriors, there are a lot fewer mistakes than the one even like KT versus Griffin. I thought there were a lot cleaner games and a lot closer games. The executions were insanely on point right there. So there's a lot riding on the LPL this year. I want to see how they do it.
It's very easy to say that currently the LPL is the best region in the world, and we can't wait to bring that to the international stage. Of course, let's show you our matchup on Wednesday, that 3rd, 4th place match to determine that final seeding. JD Gaming will be taking on Rogue Warriors.
So the big thing at stake right here is about not showing as much until the regional qualifiers.
Yes.
And also earning a little bit of money. There are bigger rewards if you go into the 3rd place and not the 4th place.
Yes.
However, the standings for regional qualifiers are set in stone regardless of the 3rd, 4th place match.
Yes, and that will be JD versus EDG in first, with JD in the last place, EDG again in second going into that, and Rogue Warriors at first. But still, this is a Rogue Warriors that looked defeated, not just in losing the game, but in how they lost the game. Their fire was effectively doused by Royal Never Give Up. Can they reignite it in time for their match against JD?
I think they can. If you look at the two styles, Rogue Wars, again, is a counter towards JD Gaming a little bit. They group up together while JD Gaming are trying to collapse at the same time. So it's going to be a hype matchup, lots of team fights, lots of sudden deaths all over the map. I can't wait for it.
Yeah, me either. Well, but that's going to do it for us on behalf of myself, Clement, our wonderful casters, and the whole production crew. Thank you for watching, and here is our most recent episode of Mic Check.